Hey, hello and welcome back students. So in this video we are going to see MEG-14 block number 5 unit number 2 Motilal Jotwani. Today's we'll exploring Motilal Jotwani's powerful short story originally in Sindhi and translated by Dr. Nandlal Jotwani. This story is simple, touching and deeply layered with meaning, especially around loneliness, relationship and women's condition in society. Now let's talk about the author Motilal Jotwani. Motilal Jotwani was a noted Sindhi writer, translator and academic. He wrote extensively is on spirituality, humanism, women's issues, and Indian philosophy. He known for presenting complex social realities through simple narratives and Very Lonely. She is a prime example of that. Now let's discuss the plot summary of Very Lonely She. This is the story of an old woman whose life revolves around routine, memory, and a deep loneliness that no one seems to notice. Her daily rituals like visiting the temple, taking care of the house and waiting for her son highlights how the meaningless life can feel when emotional connections is missing. Her son and daughter-in-law, although physically present, are emotionally distant. She often feels like a burden in the house. Her voice is unheard. What's worse is that she has no space for her own, not even mentally. She tries to remain active and useful, but gradually her existence feels invisible. Despite living with family, she feels truly alone, hence the title Very Lonely She. Now let's talk about some key themes in this story. Number 1. Loneliness in old age. The central theme is emotional neglect of the elderly. Even in a joint family setup, the woman experiences emotional starvation. It shows that loneliness is not about being physically alone, it's about being emotionally ignored. Number 2. Loss of identity. The woman's individual identity is lost. She is seen only as someone's mother or mother-in-law, not as a person with her own needs and emotions. Her thoughts, wishes and desires are constantly dismissed or overlooked. Number 3. Patriarchy and gender roles. The story subtly critiques the way women's worth is defined by how much they serve others. Once she is no longer useful in the traditional sense, she becomes invisible. Number 4 point is silence as a symbol. Her silence represents years of emotional suppression. These are moments where she wants to speak, but no one listens. This silence shows the deep gap between generations and expectations. Now move to the narrative technique for this story. The story is told in a simple, straightforward manner, yet it's deeply moving. Motilal Jotwani uses inner monologue to show the woman's thoughts, imaginary, like the dim rooms, the idle fan, the neglected puja plate, very minimal dialogue. But what is said speak volume. It's the simplicity of style that makes the emotional intensity hit even harder. Now let's talk about some symbolism in this story. The house symbolizes the prison of expectations where the woman feels trapped. The temple visits becomes her only personal escape, a moment of spiritual relief. The empty rituals show her effort to remain relevant in a world that has left her behind. Now let's talk about relevance in today's society. Even today, many elderly women, especially in South Asia societies, go through this emotional isolation. The story forces us to ask, are we really present for our elders or just living beside them without connection? It's a social mirror showing how we often forget the emotional needs of the ones who raised us. Now let's talk about, if any question come from this chapter, how you can answer with the help of these points. When writing answers related to this story, always mention emotional neglect, generational disconnect, women's roles in domestic space, use of symbolism and imaginary. Jotwani's simple yet powerful writing style. Use examples like her routine and lack of purpose, her visit to the temple, her unspoken thoughts and isolation, her son and daughters-in-law indifferent. Now let's talk about the conclusion. Very Lonely She is not just a story, it's a reality check. It reminds us to the value of emotional presence and the need of acknowledge those who seems to forgotten. Motilal Jotwani through this quiet tale gives a voice to the voiceless. So that's it from the MEG-14 block number 5 unit number 2 Motilal Jotwani. I'll see you in the next video now. Take care, bye bye, Jai Hind.